Yeah, so we understood the assignment. We got some
Got some
beverages.
beers? Hell yeah. I'm
Yeah.
stocked up as well.
Oh, let's go. For Cody, he doesn't really drink, so it's more of like a blinkers with bands. He's a big pen ripper.
That's totally fine. That works perfectly.
Right on.
But do you guys have any questions before we get started?
Um, do you? No, I
No,
think we're chilling.
All
we're
right,
chilling.
cool. Well then, if you want to participate in the opening crack with me,
Oh, let's
count
go.
us in, and we can crack those. All right. In three, two, one. Welcome to the Beers with Bands podcast with your host, Michael Torres. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Beers with Bands. This week, I'm getting to sit down with the band Tarnish. How are you guys doing?
Good, bro.
Good.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. Dude, of course. I'm stoked to have you guys on. You guys put out a killer EP at the time of this recording less than a week ago, so I'm stoked to talk all about it. For people that aren't aware, you guys are like an emo pop punk band based out of Sacramento. When you think of pop punk out of California, you guys hit it right on the nose. You guys are like that distinct sound that I love to hear out of California. So it's been a joy listening to it. But before we get too far, can you kind of go around the room and say who you are and what you do in Tarnish?
Yeah. You want to go first?
Yeah, my name's Nick, and I play guitar in Tarnish. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. One of our two guitarists. My name's Carl, and I sing in Tarnish.
And my name's Cody, and I also play guitar in Tarnish.
Oh yeah. And obviously we're missing a couple members. Who are they and what do they do in Tarnish?
Yeah, so we got the rhythm section. They're out today. Dane Carlson, he plays bass, and then we got Jack Breger, who plays the drums.
And like I normally say in this section, since they couldn't be here with us today, this is where we pour one out in their honor. By pour one out, I just mean we have a drink in their honor because we don't waste alcohol on this podcast.
There you go. I love that.
This is to them.
Yeah. Oh, Jack is gonna love this.
To Jack and Dane.
But quick little deep dive into like the history of Tarnish for people that aren't aware. I think initial demos came out in like 2021, which those led into the first EP, Things I Haven't Lost, and that came out in 22, I believe, if I remember correctly. Yep. And then Rosemount came out in June of 2024, and then you guys followed it up with Views from My Window, which, like I said, literally came out less than a week ago, which I had the pleasure of kind of just doing a deep dive from the whole discography, and like it's all fucking sick. You guys have been killing it since the start.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that it's cool because so the first EP, Things I Haven't Lost Yet, we didn't have either of these guys in the band yet, and then the next EP we had just had Nick in the band. And then the most recent one, we had Cody. So it's kind of like each EP we've like added a member, which is cool. So it's kind of like, I think it shows in the sound kind of how we've changed.
Does that mean that like by the time we get to like EP6, you're gonna just have like a whole array of members up on the stage?
Oh yeah, full big band. Like we'll have a saxophone for sure.
No, that's cool that like it's because it's always cool to see the progression of sound, but since you can like kind of pinpoint like when Nick and Cody come in, you can like even it refines the sound even more as you're kind of going along. So it's kind of cool to have that like extra kind of like bookmark on those chapters.
Yeah, definitely.
And then like Nick and Cody, like how was it coming into this band that was kind of already established with like these EPs and like kind of getting to wiggle your way in?
I was a fan of Tarnish before I joined because I heard about them when I lived in San Diego. So when I started filling in for them, it was really easy because it was a lot of music that I already liked playing. It was the same style of music, so it was nice. And when they asked me to join, it felt I was comfortable with the sound, so I didn't feel out of place. So it was cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. He also
Yeah,
he also moved from San Diego up here to Sacramento when he joined the band too.
Damn, this dedication.
Yeah.
for me, I played a show with Tarnish before I joined, and I listened to them before, but then I texted Carl because me and him are really into horror movies, and we started a podcast, and then they needed a fill in, and then it just kind of led. It was like one show, and then the next week they were like, "Do you want to play in Tarnish?" So yeah, it was pretty chill. I don't know if that answered your question.
Yeah, that got it. It's always funny when those moments happen of like, hey, do you want to be a fill-in for this show? And then it's just like, do you want to just like not leave and just like stay here with us forever? Become one of us?
That's exactly how it happened for both of them, which
For
I'm
sure.
just realizing is kind of funny that they're the other two people on the show right now.
But yeah, like I said, Rosemount was super sick, and then obviously the first EP, Things I Haven't Lost Yet. Joy to listen to. Obviously, also the music video for Cold Walks to the Liquor Store came out phenomenal. That song has a lot of meaning, but also the music video works out well for it. So I really appreciated all that good stuff that's out there, and everyone should be checking that out as well.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, of course. And then the reason we're kind of here today is to talk about View from My Window, which came out on the 3rd of January. So like at the time it's recording, literally a week and a day since it's been out. How does it feel now that this version of Tarnish is out?
It's great. It's awesome. I feel like we have been honing in slowly on like what we want to be like, and now this EP, I don't know like what you guys think, but for me it's like this is the most confident I've been in our sound, and it's cool to just, it's also the most cohesive, like everyone has worked on these songs, like everyone in the band, so I'm stoked on it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like we all worked on every song together, so it was all a collaboration, and it's every song has a little bit of everyone, and you can definitely hear it. Um, so yeah, it feels great. We waited for this for so long. This is my first time recording with the band and my first songs releasing with the band. So yeah, I'm super excited for it and super happy with it.
Yeah, same with you, Nick.
Yeah,
I was happy with it. It was all the. I mean, the songs were, when Cody sent the demos in, they were just fire. So I was like, "Yep, these are gonna be bangers."
Yeah, I mean they came out sick. I think the song that I found, as you were doing the single release was I don't want to butcher it. Promise I Won't Call. And that's what led me to kind of reaching out, because that song came out so well and so good, and like perfect song for the initial single to kind of lead into everything. And then once everything else dropped, it's just been a really good rotation to kind of listen to the past few days.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Were there any songs on here that like might have drastically changed from like initial styling to like what we finally came out and like heard on this final release?
Yeah,
Promise I Won't Call.
Promise I Won't Call had, yeah, that one was completely different before. We basically, like, the main riff of that song now was, I think, like the bridge in the original version. And then our bassist Dane kind of like was rearranging it a little, like in his computer, and he was like, "Oh, this is my favorite part of what you guys did in the first version. We should just build off that and then like kind of redo the rest of the song." So yeah, I'd say that one changed. And then the lead also was there originally, right? Yeah, but yeah, a lot of it got rearranged. So that one's changed a lot.
Will we ever possibly see like a B-sides version of like the original one?
I would be down for that. That would be super. Oh, yeah, that'd actually be really cool. We definitely have like thought about doing B-sides before, because like we've recorded. We had a song that we were really stoked on, recorded it, fully mixed and mastered, and then we kind of thought it didn't really vibe as well with the other song we were originally going to put it out with. It was going to come out with Blank Stare, which is one of our singles. And so we have a lot of songs kind of like that. So at some point it would be cool to do like a a B-side compilation or something.
I'd be held down.
Yeah, this guy, he loves all the B-sides.
Yeah, they're my favorites.
Yeah.
Do you guys at least like get to play the B-sides for Nick like live when you guys are? I know you guys got a tour coming up, but like, do you guys at least play like Blank Stare and all those other songs?
Yeah. So Blank Stare, I don't think is gonna be on the set list for the first time like ever, which is crazy because we have been playing it like since it came out. But it's been kind of like interesting because we're trying to play the whole new EP on tour, but then also play our biggest songs from before. So Blank Stare didn't make the cut this time, but I'm sure we will play it again at some point.
And this tour that I'm talking about, obviously, happened before like the full this episode releases. But you guys are doing 4 days upcoming, which thank you for fitting me in the schedule. I know usually leading up to any sort of runs, it's kind of be a little hectic trying to make sure everything's checked off the boxes, ready to go before you take off on the road. How's it going to be? I know this tour is going to be kind of interesting with everything going on currently in California. Like how's it? Everything still planned to go okay for you guys?
I think so. We haven't heard anything.
I talked to Dane yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he said it was looking a-okay. Where the first show is in San Diego, and that's completely clear. The only show that's a little scary is Chain, but then yeah, the other two are perfectly okay. But yeah, he said that it's looking a-okay.
Oh yeah, that's good because I know how like it's just a shitty time with everything going on, but it's at least there's the silver lining of like you're still able to get out there and do your thing. Because I was also worried about like possibly Chain Reaction, which I think we got to finally visit Chain Reaction a couple years ago, so hell yeah that you guys are playing there. But that was the one that I was like, oh, that would be the iffy show.
Yeah, I know, and that's like the one we're the most stoked on because we've never played Chain, and like it's such a sick venue. But it should be okay. Orange County doesn't seem to be affected yet by anything. So,
hell yeah.
Yeah.
For people that like are maybe going to go check out a Tarnish show in the future, whether they're finding you from the new EP or maybe finding you from this and wanting to see you guys, like what's kind of like a Tarnish live set kind of like?
Chaotic.
Yeah, that's a good word. Definitely high energy for sure. We like, especially I think with the new stuff, there's not many like slow moments. And so just lots of high energy the whole time. And shit, I don't know. I mean, we just
Sweaty.
Yeah, sweaty. Yeah.
Very sweaty.
Yeah, very sweaty. Possibly a bit tipsy, sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how else to really say it. It's just a good old pop punk sweaty
Come find out.
time. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, so everyone listening, you guys got to go. Since I'm not in California, you guys got to go, and I get to live vicariously through everyone that's going. You got to report back and tell me how Tarnish is live or any good adjectives to use. I'm sure, like, the songs sound sick, and I'm sure, like, they'd be even cooler in person. Obviously, live is what I'm getting at. But just the organized chaos that I'm sure is happening is wonderful.
For sure, yeah.
What's like obviously like I said, it's been out a week. Promise I Won't Call was kind of like the initial single leading into this. Like what's kind of I don't want to use this too often, but like what's been kind of like the response that you guys have been getting leading into this? Obviously, Rosemount came out about 6 months ago compared to this. Like were people ready and excited, or did you just kind of throw people off that you were like did they know it was coming? Being this soon, because to do 2 EPs back to back like this, that's for a lot of bands, that's a lot of work on kind of unheard of sometimes.
Yeah, our plan was to like at the beginning of the year, our plan was to do 2 EPs before the year ended, and then we ended up dropping the second just right at the beginning of 2025, so almost 2 within a year, because we just wanted to we just had a lot. Like with Nick joining, we had fleshed out most of Rosemont because we had so many ideas from him, like working together with me and Dane and Jack. And then when Cody joined, we got so many more songs made, which ended up being on the new EP. So we kind of just had so much that we wanted to do, but we didn't necessarily want to do it all in like the span of an album. So doing 2 EPs was just kind of a cool way to do that. And it's been great. Like they both have done really well. But like this last EP, View from My Window, we got on the cover of All New Rock on Spotify, which was super cool. And we've had some other like exciting opportunities come from that song. So from the whole EP actually, but yeah, it's been a great response. I think we're super stoked on it.
And I know it's only been out for a week, but like, where do you guys go with this momentum from here? Like, obviously, it sounds like there's a back catalog of songs. So like, what can we expect in 2025? Even though we're just kind of getting started.
Touring.
Lots of touring, yeah. Yeah, like
like West Coast runs, or trying to come to the Midwest, or like what's the plan?
I'd love for us to go to the Midwest. I have family out there. Like my brother lives in Michigan, and he's always saying like, "Dude, the Michigan and Ohio would like love your guys' sound." So I definitely would like to. We're doing, I think the Northwest,
Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, Pacific Northwest in the spring, in April. So that'll be really cool. Hitting like Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Nevada, and then back to Northern California. So yeah, we're just trying to play as much as we can and like in all sorts of areas right now because we have those 2 EPs and we definitely want to like go out and just play them a bunch before we do another one.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hopefully, we get to see you in the Midwest at some point. I'm in Minneapolis. I know you guys would do great out here, and to as their point too, like that Michigan Ohio scene is killer as well. So like, there's a lot of good spots out here to hit.
Yeah, definitely. We just need a van.
A van or a schoa bus.
A van or maybe a school bus.
School bus.
Something like that. Yeah. The battle
Dude,
bus.
I remember I remember Forever Came Calling. They used to rock in like it was like an old short bus. They just like built bunks and like had all the storage for all their gear and shit in there.
So cool.
That's badass. Yeah, that's super. I bet the mileage on that thing was terrible though.
Oh yeah, probably.
That's awesome.
But if you got a sick whip, who cares, right?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Literally.
We that's the next thing. We just have like a lot like on the table that we're like thinking about currently after these releases, and like it's cool that we're now at that point where we're like, okay, what is our next step? Like touring, so what do we do to tour? Like we get a van, we get all of our gear like updated and stuff. So it's really cool. We're starting to like push into that next phase, and it's exciting.
Yeah, because I mean, realistically, those, like I said, those demos came out in 21, first EP in 22. Like relatively, you guys are a newer band, especially with like adding members for each past release. Like, so to have this momentum so far and like be at this stage where like, okay, we know what we got to do next. Get on the road, like figure out like these bigger band issues. Like it's cool to see like how far you guys are into it already. Like my friends, when we were back in like high school, graduating from high school and like doing this stuff, like I feel like we jumped ahead and we weren't ready for it, where you guys have like kind of waited and like got yourselves ready for those moments.
Definitely. Yeah. This is like our final form we've reached. It's like, you haven't even seen my final form. Yeah. And I feel like because of that, we're well prepared as well as we can be. I mean, I'm sure there will be a lot of stuff that we just learn on the go, but
yeah, there's always those things you got to kind of learn on the go, but if as long as you're somewhat prepared for what the future could hold and doing all these tours, like that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
We got to get our Planet Fitness Black card.
Yeah, that's another thing that we've talked about, because we want to be able to go to the gym wherever we are. So Planet Fitness Black Card is huge, and those massage chairs. I don't know if you've ever been, but
like when we were touring, we never like Planet Fitnesses weren't like as common. So like we never knew, like we never did the Planet Fitness hack, and then like hearing all the kids today, like not saying you guys are kids or anything, but I'm just saying like hearing all the bands today that are like, oh yeah, we got our Planet Fitness cards. It's like that's fucking genius because like we would just like wait and like hopefully got to shower at someone's house or like find a restaurant that has like free showers and shit and like
yeah, dude, the showers, the filling up your water bottles, the massage chairs, like it's definitely gonna be a game changer.
Yeah. I mean, the best we did was we had a 15-seater van, and we took up the back 2 rows of seats and just built like bunks back there. So like it was a dungeon cave set up while you drove, so it was just like nice to like sleep back there. It was a futon mattress, but that was the extent of what we did. Other than that, it was just like bumming it.
That's actually a good idea, though. I didn't even think because if we buy a van, we could probably like customize it like that. So
of course, or a school bus,
or a bus. Yeah, we'll see. That's sick.
Now I really want to see the Tarnish school bus at some point. Hopefully that comes.
Yeah, yeah. We could have that. Could be cool. We could have the homies paint it or something. Make it bright pink.
We've kind of bounced around on this EP. Like I said, it's 4 songs. It's straight in your face, good old California pop punk. I feel like, if anyone's kind of starting to check it out for the first time, like what's something that you think they could get out of it or expect to get out of it?
You guys want to say something first? I have my thing, but it's a.
Go ahead.
Okay. For me, the lyrics in this EP are really like
finger pointy.
Yeah. They're supposed to be like very relatable and very, finger pointy. You can be mad with them and like, for Fracture, specifically that song, I wrote that about I got a really gnarly broken arm this past year from skateboarding, of course. And it was bad. I was like out of commission for like 4 or 5 months, just chilling in my room, like taking painkillers and like just like literally looking out my window and chilling. So that's why the EP is called View from My Window, because that's when I wrote the lyrics for most of the songs. So yeah, they're kind of just like about sort of being down bad, but having that little bit of hope that you're like, you know what, like I can get out of this. So I hope that is something that people get out of it lyrically, like the sense of like, we know what it's like to be down bad, but there's always something to keep you going.
Yeah, I agree with Carl, and I think me and Nick wrote some sick ass riffs.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, we did.
Yeah,
hopefully take some inspiration from that and write your own music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, sick ass riffs, and it's also like a really locked in album. Like I really like how everything is tight rhythm.
Yeah, they all flow really well together.
Yeah. Which is huge because it's definitely hard. Sometimes you just write like 4 songs and they don't really make sense together.
That's what happens with us every time.
Yeah, that happens to us like every time.
That's why we release so many singles.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. But no, yeah, this one does flow really nicely, and it's a nice. I mean, I think it's only like 10 or 12 minutes, and then so it's like not. It's like the perfect length where you're like, okay, I want more, so you can either go and listen to Rosemont, or you can just hit replay and just like go through it all again.
Yeah.
So it's like that nice, perfect listen.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
thank you.
We're stoked on it. Yeah, thanks, man.
Is there any plans? I know this can always be a daunting thing, but is there any plans to possibly do like a full length at some point in the future?
Possibly. We do have enough songs for it. We just have to make sure they're all like in their final form
and like cohesive with each other. Yeah, I think we definitely want to. We just it is kind of scary to like do like 10 to 12 songs at once.
Right.
it feels like more high risk and stuff. So I think we will for sure, like at some point soon, but we just got to get out there and do all these shows first so that like people have a reason to like want 10 to 12 songs from us, you know?
Yeah.
So because hopefully they are all just listening to the EP and like you said, just wanting more. That's like the goal. So if we can get like that feeling from enough people, then yeah, definitely. Sorry, my cat wants to be on the pod.
No, you're fine. Cats are always welcome on the pod. It's cool.
Cleo, say hi. This is Cleo. She's my black cat.
You know, I know we've kind of like jumped around the EP and kind of jumped around Tarnish, but is there anything like before we start to transition that I might have just not brought up that you guys want the people to know about between either View from My Window or Tarnish?
You guys have anything?
No, just come to the
No.
shows to hear the EP live.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. View from My Window, we're all really stoked on it. We thought it was going to do well, but it's doing even better than we thought, which is cool. And it's rewarding because we did take some time on it. It's been like a bit of a process, and like for me, it feels like a cool full circle moment because I broke my arm like about a year ago, like to around this date. So it's cool that after all that, and now that I'm all good, it's like we're finally seeing some plus sides to the whole experience. So yeah.
Yeah, I joined almost a year ago too.
Yeah. Cody joined like you pretty much right when I broke my arm.
Yeah.
And then that's when we started writing the EP, and then so yeah, to see it all come into fruition within a year is really cool. So hope people dig it.
Well, like I said, it's sick, and I'm stoked to see kind of what you guys put together for the future, especially with like this whole now cohesive Tarnish with all of you guys in it together. As we start to transition here, this is obviously Beers with Bands. You don't have to be drinking on these episodes because I'll definitely do that for you. But I know you all have some beverages in front of you on this fine Saturday.
Yep.
What are you drinking today?
Oh, go ahead, Nick.
Well, I am drinking Track 7.
Show the camera.
Track 7 Beeline. The champagne of beers.
It's a local Sacramento brewery, Track 7. They're really good. They have a bunch of different. I think that one's like a blonde, blonde ale.
I love blondes.
No, yeah. Normally, we drink like their IPAs, but yeah, that's good beer.
Let's see what beer. Let's see what beer you're drinking,
so
Carl.
Nick clowns me because I'm a big seltzer guy. So this is pretty basic, but I am just drinking a White Claw tall can, watermelon. I do have some Fireball shooters I can bring out though.
That's his combo.
I kind of drink like I'm like 16.
Yeah, his combo is 1 seltzer and 6 Fireball shooters.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it works for anything. It's like it's good for a show. It's good for if you're going golfing. It's like.
Now, is it always the watermelon seltzer though?
That's my favorite of the White Claws. Yeah, I know a lot of people like black cherry. Like people say that's their favorite. I don't like the fake cherry taste, like even in like candy and other stuff. So I'm not into that. But the watermelon one's good because it kind of has like a very light taste. And I'm a big like non-alcoholic seltzer guy too. Like I drink polar seltzers a lot.
Okay.
So I think that's kind of why I lean towards White Claws. It's because I'm just into like bubbly water.
That's fair.
Yeah, but I do also love IPAs and shit like that.
Defend yourself, Carl. Defend yourself.
I do. They can attest. I love like a good dark beer and stuff, but I just recently have been drinking more seltzer.
Oh, yeah.
Cody, what about you? What are you sipping on?
I'm just drinking a Dr. Pepper.
Hey.
Nice.
Yeah.
Classic.
Best soda.
Dead ass.
Oh, I've heard you either like love Dr. Pepper or hate it. I feel like it's one of those type of things.
Yeah.
Some people says it tastes like barbecue sauce.
I don't know. I don't drink it that much. I don't hate it. I think it's fine, but it does have like a weird combo of flavors.
It really does. Like I don't fuck with it.
23.
20. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, my mom loves it. My friends love it. I usually avoid it. I usually say 23 flavors of bullshit, but I'll let you have your drink there, Cody.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
Funny. What's your beer? Is it like a local or what you got?
My beer is used to technically be local, but it's good old Hams.
Oh, Hams, hell yeah.
Yeah. So
Nice.
can't go
I have
wrong.
my dad gave me one of the big Hams goblets, like the old school beer glasses.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah, those are super sick. And then we have a beer sign in our garage for this like old German beer. I forgot what it's even called. I look at it all the time. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do, but I don't know what it's called.
Yeah,
it lights up though.
it lights up, and it's like an old German beer that my dad gave us. Our garage is kind of like because Nick and I is another thing people can know about Tarnish. We like live together. Our drummer Jack used to live with us, but then he got too cool and had to get his own
moved
house.
out.
Yeah, so we kind of live in like
So
the band house, which is awesome because this is like a lot of the times riffs will come from us just kicking it, jamming here.
That's how we wrote the first Rosemont.
Yeah, Rosemont is the name of like our little neighborhood in Sacramento. So that's why we named it that, because it was like, well, we wrote most of these songs just me and Nick like jamming in the garage. So
Unemployed,
yeah,
drinking
yeah,
dollar seltzers.
yeah, yeah. That's why also Cold Walks to the Liquor Store is kind of an homage, because for the longest time, Nick and I were huge bums and like didn't have jobs, and both of our cars broke at the same time, so we were just walking everywhere. So like I would just at the end of a hard day of playing video games and jamming, I'd go
and complaining.
Yeah, and complaining. We'd go walk to the liquor store and be like, why are we so fucked? Like what's like, and then we'd come back, get our drinks, be happy, and then repeat the next day.
That was our summer.
Yeah, that was a whole like 3 months. Barely paying rent. Like it was crazy.
Well, now I can tell we're nice and loose because this, as we lead into this section of telling stories, obviously that story counts because like this is where we kind of talk about some fun stories from guys' time music, whether they're shows, tours, time recording. Obviously,
Cool.
some music videos have happened. These can be all the shenanigans, as I normally say, anything horrendous to tremendous, or any adjective in between. Think about the stories you always reminisce about with your friends. Those are usually the ones that everyone loves to hear. I've only started saying this on some recent episodes, but statute of limitations are a thing. Just don't out yourself if you don't need to.
Yes.
Stay safe, everyone.
I don't think we've done anything like illegal, so
That's a bummer. It's okay.
No, we're stand-up citizens.
Yeah. Do you guys have any good stories?
Got the lettuce in the studio.
I was just thinking you can
Oh
tell that.
my god.
You guys can tell that.
Well, we got to tell the backstory. So
Yeah.
this Carl hates tomatoes and lettuce.
Mhm.
So when he
only cold, or what is it?
I don't like lettuce. I don't like fast food lettuce. Like I don't like having
It's
shredded.
not just fast food lettuce.
I eat salad. Like I'll eat lettuce in a salad. Okay.
But you won't eat it in a burger or in a
Yes.
sandwich.
Yeah, or a taco.
Or
Yeah.
taco.
So yeah. I basically only like lettuce if it's in salad form, I guess. I hate the idea of fast food lettuce getting warm on top of my burger or chicken sandwich. It really grosses me out. And anyways, go
That's
on.
fair.
Cody.
Yeah, so we're at the studio and it's a vocal day. So me, Nick, Jack, and I don't think Dane went. I don't
Oh yeah,
remember.
he went with you guys.
Yeah, I think it was just Carl who stayed at the studio. So we ordered him.
Well, he told us to go to.
I told you to give me a chicken sandwich from
Yeah,
Burger
Nick, you're gonna have to say it.
Okay, so he originally wanted us to go to Jack in the Box, but then we didn't want to go, so we went to Burger King,
which was
and
farther away.
he
Like you
told
went out
us-
of your way to do this.
He told us his order. So for one of the orders, we put like extra lettuce and extra tomato in a sandwich, and then the next order, I like took a bite out of his sandwich and then included lettuce and tomato.
Yeah.
And we went back to give it to him, and we gave him his first sandwich, and he was like, "Oh, great! This is just great. Like, it's completely wrong."
Yeah.
And we're like, "Oh, we're just kidding." And we give him the other one that has a bite out of it, and he's just all bummed.
Oh, you missed the best part. The third sandwich was a sandwich with no chicken patty and just lettuce inside of a bun.
It was a lettuce sandwich.
Yeah. And I was so fucking pissed off because this is like day 4 of being in the studio. And when we go there, like we're there all day just grinding. And so like vocal day, I'm really stressed because I have to sing like 4 songs. And I finally get a break and I'm like, oh, sweet, the boys got me food. And it's just that. And I was like, I was so pissed off. And our producer, Ben.
Shout out Ben
Hirschfield. He's the man.
Newtown.
Yeah, Newtown Studios. He records for like Story, No Pressure, Mom Jeans. Giveaway, our homies. Yeah. He's awesome. But he was kind of even cracking up at this whole thing going on.
You know what's funny when Ben laughs?
Yeah, he's kind of like serious, not serious, but he's just like always focused on music and quiet. So when you get him to laugh, it's like you know it's a good one.
Jeez.
Well, that was a classic.
Got any other ones?
I mean,
we drove to the wrong spot in LA.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
In LA,
that's a whole story.
Or Long Beach.
Yeah. We were supposed to play in Long Beach, and I don't know how we did. Well, I know how because Jack is terrible with maps. But we typed in the address of the venue, and instead of driving to Long Beach, same exact address, but downtown Los Angeles, which is like
5 o'clock traffic time,
which is like 2 hours away from like where we were supposed to be.
It's crazy. Dane made it there.
Dane made it because he went on his own and was not at the mercy of Jack and maps. But we got out in this sketchy ass part of downtown LA of the car, and this dude walks by us, and he looked like an NPC from like GTA 5. Like, like those guys just walking around, like just say random little throwaway phrases. Like, he looked like that, and we get out of the car, and he goes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, he counted us. and Nick was all like confused and was like, yo, that guy just counted us for some reason. And then the guy heard Nick and looked at us, and he was like, do you guys have a staring problem? Like, what's wrong with you? You got a staring problem?
Yeah, it was wild.
He's our number 1 op if we ever go back to downtown LA.
Yeah, it was very awkward.
It was awkward.
And then he just like turned around and walked away.
Yeah, it was weird. It was a weird day.
But then we ended up finding the venue.
Yeah, and then we had a good show. So, yeah, that was cool. But yeah, that's a good one. I feel like there has to be more. There's been a lot of crazy stuff.
We can talk about the when you left the Orthodox show early because that dude got crowd killed.
Oh yeah, that wasn't at one of our shows, but we Cody and I went to go see do you know the bands Boundaries, Kayanashi, and Orthodox?
I know Orthodox.
Okay, yeah. So they're like, it was a super sick tour, and we actually got hooked up. We got put on the guest list by the guitarist of Boundaries, which was super cool because Cody and I have talked to him before, and he's a really cool dude. Cody Del Vecchio, shout out. And yeah, I was excited because I hadn't been to like a touring band hardcore show in a while. Cody has, that's like his like favorite genre, and it was going great. And then I saw this dude get like in the middle of the pit, get punched, I think in the face, and then fell on his face. Is that what happened, Cody?
He fell backwards, probably like a step in front of Carl's feet. So like if Carl was one step further, he would have landed on Carl's feet. And the minute he fell, he started seizing and blood was falling out of his nose. And Carl just got hella scared and had to go.
Yeah, I'd left the show.
That's hardcore, man.
Yeah,
it's hardcore.
I looked at Cody and I was like, dude, that was fucked up. And Cody's like, yeah, I know. Like this is a normal thing.
Great.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta go. He's like, fine. Like, we're just like, go ahead, bro. Leave. I don't care. It's pretty funny.
I mean, Sacramento is so crazy though. So
yeah, Sacramento shows go wild.
It's not it's known. It's
Yeah.
pretty normal at these shows.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
That
was
like
crazy.
all shows are just like the heavier shows that Sacramento goes crazy.
I mean, hardcore is huge.
The hardcore scene up here is
Yeah.
massive. It's gotten a lot bigger in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
So it's really cool up here.
Which is cool because we like to like be the pop punk band that also plays with like hardcore bands.
Sacramento and Stockton.
Yeah, 20916.
Yeah. Sacramento and Stockton are the cool spots. There used to be a really cool spot at Lodi called Wildwood.
Yeah.
And there was a skate shop that would host shows, but they closed down, unfortunately, last year.
Yeah.
But Lodi used to be really cool to play.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they closed. And they were cool because, yeah, it was like they had giant skate ramps in the venue. So you could come in and just like skate and then also see a show, which was really cool.
That's sick. There's like this one coffee shop here in Minneapolis that like on one side of the building it's a coffee shop, and like you go through this door and it's like a small, like probably like maybe if you're lucky 100 people cap room, but like the stage is a half pipe that they put in there because like they're also like aside from the coffee shop they're also like I can't think of their, not a full skate shop, but like they sponsor and stuff, so like they have skate decks all in there and stuff. But yeah, it's a mini half pipe, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, they used to have like, same with the one we were talking about, they used to have bands like set up on the ramp, which was really cool. And they would just play that. I don't think we ever got to play on the ramp.
No, there's a spot in Sac called The Ramp.
Yeah.
And it's a warehouse with a ramp in it. And they have hardcore shows there all the time.
Yeah. Super sick. Yeah, I think that's it for like our best stories. I could probably think of more, but it would take me a while.
It's totally fine. If you guys ever get a chance to look up Excuse Me, Who Are You from Wisconsin, they like, Wisconsin's really cool. They have like this skate park, and like they would just throw like festivals in like basically the bowl of the indoor skate park. Nice. So you have like the band in the bowl, and then you have the crowd right in front of it, and then you just have people that are just lined up around the bowl.
Oh, that's sick
too. It's so fucking sick to see the pictures from it.
That's hella cool. That sounds like an ideal like early 2000s like MTV movie type
show.
Oh,
yeah.
That's awesome. Where in Wisconsin is that?
I think that one's in Madison.
Oh, sick. Okay, I was there last year. My other brother lives out there. Madison's awesome.
Yeah, I haven't been to it. I just keep seeing always pictures from it, and like it's only like a 4-hour drive, and I just need to go fucking check it out one of these days.
Yeah, dude, you guys are lucky out there in the Midwest. I feel like everything's like not that far. Like, because everything's
it depends on where you go.
Yeah. Well, like my brother, like he's in Michigan. He's like, yeah, I'm casually driving to Ohio, like to see a touring band tonight, you know? And like that's cool that you guys can do that, because like for us, we go down to San Diego, which is like as far as we can go in California, and that's like 8 hours, which is just crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of like, because I always like think that the East Coasters have it like better, because like they can easily pop between like states really fast. We're like, yeah, we can drive 4 hours to a show, 6 hours to a show, but it's still like a state or two. Because like from here, Minneapolis to Chicago, if like a good show goes there, that's like a 7-hour drive, which kind of sucks.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Because like we're like this, like where Minneapolis is, it's like just far enough out of the way where like you have to book your tour just the right way for them to come here. Otherwise, they like hit Chicago, get a day off, and then go to Denver. So one of those weird political things. I don't know.
Interesting.
But yeah, hopefully this tour goes well that you guys got coming up, and the tour in April to the Pacific Northwest goes good as well. We'll talk links in just a second. But I'd like to end off these episodes on kind of a high note. So my final question to the three of you is, from your time in Tarnish, what has been your favorite moment that you've experienced so far?
Ooh.
Oh man,
that's tough.
I'll go first since I'm newest.
Yeah, there you
go. Just hanging out with the bros. These guys are my brothers. Being in the studio with all of them, hanging out with all of them, going on this tour together. They live like 20 minutes from me, so I hang out with them all the time. hanging out at shows. They're my brothers. So yeah, meeting them and just growing this shit. No one ever thought we would be in this position, and releasing these songs and seeing the traction and the what do you call it? Like momentum of the songs. It's super cool. So probably that.
Hell yeah. You want to go next, Nick?
My favorite moment of being in the band. I mean, all the shows are super sick.
Yeah.
Like, I love playing shows, and I love playing music that I like. So it's really fun playing all these shows that we've been on. Maybe the One Step Closer show is probably my favorite one.
Yeah, that was fire.
When we opened up for One Step and Anxious and Koyo, that was, I think, my favorite show that we've played.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite moment. That was a really fun show.
Yeah. I'm gonna like piggyback off both his answer and Cody's answer. It's awesome that we're all just homies, because it makes it a lot more fun to do this, which is cool. And yeah, that show with One Step Closer was insane because we love all those bands. Like we love One Step Closer, Anxious, and Koyo. So,
all our homies came out.
Yeah, all the friends came out. And that was just dope because that felt like we were like, okay, this kind of feels like real now, like we're playing with these big bands that we love their sound, and we kind of felt like we fit in with the bill really well, which was just a really cool moment to be like, yeah, like there's a reason we're here doing this. So
wasn't One Step your number one on
they were my
Spotify
top
Wrapped?
Yeah. One Step Closer was my top artist, so playing with them was super cool. And then there's just like those moments during shows where like we like I often look at each member of the band like during a set if we're like having a really good one, and like go up to them and like punch them in the arm.
It hurts.
Yeah, because I'm like
I mess up.
Yeah, I'm just like super pumped, and I love those moments because it's just we're like in a song and it's all loud, but I'm like punching them and they always like look up and kind of smile.
Like,
even though they might be,
what are you doing?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's always a good time.
My favorite is when he slaps the cymbals on Jack's.
Oh yeah, I like it.
That's my
I love a
favorite.
good cymbal slap. Yeah, it's just fun looking up and like seeing everyone during like that moment of the show and being like, yeah, we're all having a good time. So
yeah, those are all amazing moments, and I like I said, I hope they keep happening for you guys.
Thanks, man.
Maybe we'll get back together one day in the future and hear some more amazing moments from you guys' time in Tarnish.
Yeah.
If anyone's looking for merch, music, or Tarnish in general, where can they find it?
Yeah, we have our Instagram. So we have a link tree on our Instagram, tarnish.ca. You can buy merch through our Bandcamp, which is in that link tree. And then you can check us out on Spotify. And yeah, I think that's it for merch right now. I think you can only get it on Bandcamp.
Or the show.
Or you could DM us. Yeah, or a show, or you could DM us like personally, and we can figure out how to send it to you wherever you're at. But yeah, we would love to see you at a show and give it to you in person. That'd be awesome too.
Well, depending on where you found this episode, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, or you watched the YouTube version and got to see their lovely faces like I did today, make sure you check the hyperlinks down below. Follow them on all socials. Be ready for new music, new merch. Those tour dates in April for the Pacific Northwest, possible new music videos, and just everything else that they might have in the wheelhouse. This has been a great time. Thank you so much for sitting down with me on this Saturday to talk about your band. I really do appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much for having us, man.
We're really down to come back. Next time we release something or do something, we should definitely come back.
Hell yeah. Doors always open. Everyone go follow Tarnish, go listen to View From My Window, and be ready to get your fingers ready to finger point along at all the shows.
Yeah.
I'll catch everyone on the next episode. See
right
ya.
on.
All right.
Peace.
Later.
Cheers.
With